Hello, hello, what is good? We have a new chapter of One Piece, chapter 1079, and this title is kind of blowing my mind right now. I was not at all ready for this to be the title of a chapter in this arc. The Emperor's Crew, the red-haired pirates. So it makes sense, like, we did check in on Shanks. We do have a sense of what he's up to amid all these other world events. Uh, What's gonna happen in this chapter, though? Are we gonna get kind of a little more of an intimate look at his crew and the dynamics and the powers of everybody in it? Are we gonna see them battling? Are we gonna see them triumphant? Are we gonna see them defeated? I don't know. And also very notable, we have finished the very long Germa cover story saga, which left with a extremely plot relevant note of Caesar Clown and Judge Vinsmoke deciding, let's team up. Why are we squabbling amongst ourselves? Our real beef is with Vegapunk. Vegapunk, whom will be sailing with the Straw Hats for the foreseeable future. So that one left on a little bit of a cliffhanger in terms of how it's going to interact with the main story. All we know is that it could interact anytime now, very soon. Anyways, yeah, so at the last chapter we found out the big traitor was York, but I don't even know if that matters anymore. Now it's like Shanks time. What's happening? Luffy's watering a lion. He looks so happy. He's just having a wonderful day out in the sun. I really like how this is drawn. It's so goofy and cartoony. You can really tell Oda enjoyed himself drawing this. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit more Egghead Island action before whatever this business is with Shanks. The world government isn't just erasing the Stella, they decided to erase me too. And this speaks to York's individuality, her own selfishness and gluttony, her aspect of the Stella system. Got a plan of my own then. I should go around and get rid of all the obstacles for me. Frontier Toma's clone, go ahead and kill everyone except for me, the Stella, and the people underground. Okay. And this is why, of course, the Seraphim are working against our heroes. Start causing a ruckus. They're going to be looking for the culprit, wondering who gave you orders. Don't want them to figure out it's me. I'm not strong enough to beat the others. I want you to pretend to beat me while they're watching. Then undo their power when they're not. Ah. Okay. So now the Seraphim are just all out, getting rid of all opposition. Scary, scary, scary. Meanwhile, Egghead is frantically evacuating itself. The Pacifista security. Whoa! Shit, it's Blackbeard. Okay. Things are escalating really, really fast. Okay, let's pull up my diagram here. Wait, oh shoot, I think I lost my diagram. Well, if you watched the last video, if you add my diagram, just add Blackbeard in the corner and then have the arrows firing off at everybody. Okay, why is Blackbeard here? Isn't he busy? But yes, Kid was gonna challenge Shanks. They're near Elbaf. Jeez, there's so many things happening now. I'm like reeling trying to keep it all together. And Shanks, of course, has kind of an armada, just like Luffy does, just like Blackbeard is kind of building himself, as we saw Whitebeard did with all of his affiliated crews. Here are some of them: the Puddle Pirates, Frog Toes Ribatini, Fugar the Adventurer, old man who is the band leader of the social club, not sure what that means, and the Bourgeoisie Pirates, Pururu the Brave, who looks like she's one of the little people, the Tontada from Dressrosa. So I'm not sure what's going on there. She sounds like one too, so that's kind of neat. I guess some of them had sailed out on their own at some time in the past. Some famous names among them. Don't get sloppy. Don't be so quick to call them nobodies. Look at how cute Pooteroo's ship is. It has a little rabbit headpiece and a little rabbit skull and crossbones. Adorable, adorable. So yeah, Kid is kind of conducting some sort of raid on Shanks. Sure. They're out by Elbaf. Don't let him lay a finger. I appreciate them, but move all the ships. Shanks is now leaving Elbaf. Stuck around long enough for a big shot to show up. Walk. Okay, so he feels a little bad. He's drawn some undue attention to Elbaf, I guess. Worried that Kid is gonna start trouble and make a big mess of everything, which is very, very accurate. My affiliates are famous for being weak. Ah, that's why we're still alive. Because your flag protects us. I really like Shanks' banter with people. I don't know. He's just so charming. And it's like fun because even from chapter 1, you know, he was so charming and he was so cool and you were like, yes, this is what a pirate ought to be. And then to see that he has this reputation the world over is just, I don't know, it's just really satisfying in a way. It's worth 3 billion. Don't underestimate how fast these young guns can grow. Half the enemies, rare in a fight. Oh, Shanks didn't even want to fight him if he was still wiped out from fighting Kaido and Blackbeard. On Wano. What the, on Blackbeard? Fighting Kaido and Big Mom on Wano. Just left Pirate Island. Sure you'd show up on Wano. Blue. This is plenty of scraps, that's for sure. There's Yasop. Lucky Roo. See a few faces from bounty posters. Okay. He whips out the Damned Punk, which was one of his ultimate attacks in Wano, helping take out Big Mom. Huge cannon that pulls the ships in. Drollery and Brogy are fighting alongside Shanks. Ooh. Shanks has anticipated that this is actually a super strong attack that could wipe out some of his notoriously weak allies. I like this depiction of Shanks actually visualizing such an elaborate future. The ability to perceive things and anticipate things with Haki has been like a little inconsistent. Usually it's more, oh, I'm anticipating an attack from this direction. Sometimes it's to the extent of, oh, I think you're going to kick your right leg to my left cheek or whatever. And then there was kind of more abstract things of, oh, I can anticipate that if we fought, I would lose, right? Like that kind of foreboding Haki. But here, Shanks is like, he's just full on seeing a movie. He just so quickly perceived the danger of this and understood, and now flies from his ship all the way to Kid's solo. Divine departure. Oh my gosh, Kid's crew foaming at the mouth. That's the Emperor Haki. That's the Emperor Haki of a legit emperor. Annihilates Kid's weapon. Huge explosion. Everything going flying. We see that black lightning that's characteristic of all these hyperpower attacks. And Shanks just casually lands on deck. Trotting over. Killer 2 when he stepped in to protect him. Captain's not moving. He's dying. That's it? Kid just got soloed that hard? I remember for quite a while there was speculation, you know, just how strong is Shanks really? And some of the kind of discussion points were Whitebeard had the epitaph, strongest man in the world. Kaido had the epitaph, strongest creature in the world, which seems to even supersede Whitebeard. You know, Big Mom, complete freak of nature. Shanks also primarily a swordsman from what we've seen, and yet doesn't have the title of greatest swordsman in the world. That's Mihawk. Sorry, I'm getting gassy. So it's kind of like, oh, and then also he lost an arm. Like, did that really nerf him? Maybe at his peak he was however strong. And then a lot of people kind of speculated, oh, you know, Kaido and Big Mom and Whitebeard, their strength is mostly localized within their captain, whereas Shanks, his strength is within his camaraderie with his crew and the alliances he's built up over the years. And he's sort of like Luffy, but he just has that magnetic personality you can't help but want to help. But I don't think any of that's true. I think Shanks is actually just insanely fucking strong because he just solo one-shotted Kid because he was pissed off that Kid was gonna blow up his allies. So there is still some like kind of friendship power going on with Shanks for sure, but no, he's just insanely strong. And then here's the Giants. The Giants, Joey and Broggy, also, we don't really have a good sense of their power level. Because they were given this outrageously high bounty, like, 100 years ago, before they were fighting on Little Garden. And then they've been locked in this internal battle. I remember they annihilate the Island Eater, that gigantic goldfish. But they could actually be really, really strong. Like, there's nothing that's really invalidated them in kind of the current power levels of the series. They fire off, just completely destroying Kid's ship. Alright. This didn't go the way I thought it would, honestly. I guess I was a Shanks skeptic, just like those people I was talking about. I thought to set up Kid as more of a villain, to kind of advance his level of villainy, he would do some irredeemable stuff here, and he would, I didn't think actually beat Shanks, but he would somehow injure Shanks, and this would kind of set up like a Luffy revenge, Luffy making good for Shanks. The thinking about it now, how did I not realize? It's fucking Shanks, dude. It's like one of the first times we've ever seen him fight. You think Oda's gonna hold that card for so long, the actual full-out Shanks attack, and not make it this ridiculously powerful? Holy cow. Yeah, the Kid Pirates got annihilated. That might be, like, it. The way that this is narrated at Elbaf in the New World, the 3 billion bounty pirate Eustace Captain Kidd and his Kid Pirates destroyed. Just something about the finality of that destroyed line. I don't know. It's plausible that we won't really see much more of them in the series. I don't know. Well, it's One Piece. You never count anybody out. But that was pretty brutal. Alright, fast chapter. Mostly battles. Not a whole lot to speculate on. I guess the next question is, are we going to go back to Egghead? See what's progressing there? Are we going to check in on some other events? Are we going to finally see Saturn J. Garcia do something? We're going to find out. Okay. See you next week. Bye-bye.